and then count it down from 5, and you follow me at 3.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
3, 2, 1.
Now we're all synced up.
Lovely.
Hello and welcome to the new and unimproved Paropod.
We're back. We're
back.
We're literally in the pods this time. It's pretty
We're
crazy.
in separate pods. Lockdown has struck, and Mark is not here with me. We're talking through Zoom.
Yes.
We're two separate mics.
We're communicating telepathically.
We're through the screen. We are talking to each other.
Yes. Talking
Our
about
identities
icons.
are separate.
Yes,
Mark is now a figment on my screen.
We've been subsumed into the virtual reality of the screen. It's pretty intense. Things are getting pretty powerful in here, but it's great to be here all the same.
It's all great to be here. Something to do.
Absolutely, yeah, it's something to do.
Something to do
for the next 6 weeks.
Man, I hope that we're not doing this for 6 weeks. I hope we could do something.
We'll figure something out.
Have you been now since lockdown started and all?
Grand.
Struggling?
I'm doing fine. Things haven't really changed around here.
No.
Everything's pretty much the same. Yeah, I don't like lockdown, but it has to be done. You can't argue with that stuff. You know, I'm not an anti-mask guy. I believe in all that stuff. I'm here to save. You know, we're all doing our part, trying to save the old people. Yeah.
I'm doing this for you, Grandma.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Oh, how are you getting on?
Oh, literally nothing's changed. The only difference now is that I can't go to the gym, and you know what? That's all right. I can manage without that.
Who needs the gym?
Who needs the gym?
Why do people
biceps are bulging, asking for.
They're starving. Well, I don't understand. I'm not a gym guy, obviously, but I don't understand why people get so upset about that. Because it's free to exercise. You can go running. You can make weights yourself. It's like what's the aspect of the gym? It's just more convenient. Well, what do you think?
I think it's like the convenience, and it's like the routine. Because like for me anyway, like I had a banging routine, right? I had to wake up at like between 7 and 8, and in the morning. I'd get up, I'd have breakfast, I'd come upstairs, I'd read for like an hour and a half, and then I had like half an hour to like fuck about, and I would do like I'd work on the podcast, I'd like do some other shit, whatever, and then at a certain time off to the gym, then I come back home. And like it's just good, and it's also the convenience. Like personally, I fucking hate running. I hate running. I despise it.
Yeah.
And like making your own weights and stuff like that, it can be like pretty expensive. So I guess it is like I'm pissed off about the gyms because it's like why can some people like sports teams are sports teams are still going ahead.
Yeah, I don't get that. It's like well the guy heads can do what they want. They rule this country. We have to remember that. You know, we live under their shoes, under their boots, their Pumas.
Yeah, their shoes. The only thing that this has really shown to me is that fucking obviously like the gym lobbyists in Ireland aren't lobbying hard enough. They need to be lobbying harder.
They need to get on the fucking treadmill and start. They need to start bulking up because they're not doing enough lobbying. To be honest, they're very weak.
No, they're weak. They're a weak lobby
group.
Know. So besides all that, Mark, what have you been watching this week?
What have I been watching? I'm watching a few strange things. I watched Danton, or Danton, as it's pronounced in French.
What the fuck is
Ever
that?
heard of that?
No.
It's this film about the French revolutionary, Georges Danton. He was killed by Robespierre in the Reign of Terror. Do you know that whole thing?
Yeah. I know the story. I know the French Revolution,
Yeah. He was...
I'm woke.
Yeah, everyone knows the story, bro. But Danton got fucked up by Robespierre. And there's this film from the 80s. It's all in French. I felt very cultured watching it, all in subtitles. It's basically hit the story of how he gets fucked up. But then Robespierre fell 2 months later, so it's also like about corruption and what happens when you go mad with power. It was produced by partly by the French government. The Socialist Party was in power in the 80s, and they were funding it as part of the 200th anniversary of the revolution. But
oh, okay.
Yeah. But when they screened it, they were fuming because it's more of a story of like petty power politics, and it's sort of
it's not what they want.
It gives a really bad impression of the main figures involved, like Robespierre and like Saint-Just, and like even Danton himself is not really likable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's hard.
Fucking gas.
It's hard to root for a lot of people in this movie, but it was the thing that they did is half the cast or all of Robespierre and his allies were Polish actors, and all of Danton and his allies were French actors, and the director was Polish, and he was relating it personally to the struggle of the Polish sort of trade union movement in the 80s, like against the USSR. So
okay.
yeah, so Robespierre is sort of like a Soviet figure. He's like doing things for the public good, but he's misguided and he's corrupted.
Yeah.
Whereas Danton's like a man of the people, but he's still sort of like he's more of a loose cannon than anything else. He's not really guided towards anything.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So I think it was Francois Mitterrand, the French Prime Minister the French President. He saw it and he hated it because it basically just says the revolution was betrayed. The revolution was Robespierre even denounces it in the last scene of the movie. He's like, the revolution is lost, and then he's like dying. He's on like his deathbed. It's a very it's a pretty depressing movie, really.
Yeah, it sounds it. What the fuck?
But it's really well done. It has like this really cool motif where every time something weird, something sort of dramatic is happening, to have this like sort of rising chorus of voices. It's like oh, you know that it's like our thing at the start of the podcast, you know.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like the sound of it's like horrified sound of the mob. Really, it's like people sort of yelling out, crying out.
That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really, really, it's like haunting, you know. But it's not. It's not a horror film, obviously. It's just like
it's just a horrifying sound.
Yeah, it's just a historical drama, but it uses, I suppose, the sounds of the terror, the sounds of horror, really, that are involved with revolution, and that whole milieu. But it was a really good movie. I would recommend, absolutely. It's on YouTube, I think, for free. So
when this came out in the 80s, did you say?
Yeah, 83. Yeah.
And is there anyone that we know in it, or like who directed or anything?
No, don't think so. They're all just like Polish and French actors.
How did you find this film?
Carl watched it in French in his in college, so he's telling me about it.
Fair.
So I had to have a look. That's an interesting period, you know. It's very, very interesting period. You know.
What, the French Revolution or the 80s?
Both.
Yeah. Yeah. The French Revolution's a very interesting time. Do you ever think like you know the way that like people talk about now, how like, oh, like the wealth gap is like as worse as it has ever been since like the French Revolution?
Yeah.
I think that comparison is like fucking moronic.
Why? What's moronic about it?
Because the difference is that like it's like, you know, that like that we have the Soma effect now, right? So we're not starving. We're like just happy enough to where, you know, what's a couple billionaires who like, you know, can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And like the government, you know, fucking us over or whatever. Like it's fine, you know. The majority of people aren't starving, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Same with the homeless stuff as well. Like most people do have a home, so you know that like what is it, 11,000 homeless families in Ireland or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that doesn't really matter because that's like the majority of people.
Jeez, that's horrible. On Jesus,
I know.
That's terrible thing to say.
I'm all for the guillotine. Guillotine me all. Guillotine them all.
Yeah, get them all out. But like, I know what you mean, definitely, because like back then they had nothing. They had no phones. They had nothing really to focus on. They're like, I'm hungry, and like, what are we gonna do about it? Like, what are you gonna do? Let's start, you know, messing people up. But you even see it in like the fact that these characters. The fact that the director portrayed these things so differently to what the French government expected, the fact that you can sort of interpret things basically any way you want from that period, because there's no concrete like sort of record or like collection of evidence. Like someone like Robespierre, we know pretty much nothing about him really, just like sort of his rough biography and like some of his speeches that he gave in the convention, but you wouldn't know like his personal or his inner thoughts or like. There's no pictures of him.
He wouldn't have his Twitter account.
Yeah, he doesn't tweet. He doesn't have any. He doesn't do any riffing like Donald Trump, you know. So things were very different. It was all very focused on one thing, I suppose, and that's how it all burst out. Whereas today, everything's sort of scattered and like diffused across all these different media and you know, mental landscapes.
Yeah, 100%. Especially, it is that like that fucking like the splitting of like personalities nearly, because especially like back then, you know, like with like King Louis and stuff like that, you like if you were a peasant you didn't know King Louis, whereas now you can have King Louis' fucking Twitter account and you can see everything. You can start to feel like you know the person,
Yeah, yeah,
and you can start to feel sympathy for those that are fucking like oppressing you.
yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, they cut his
Yeah.
head off. That's bad out, you know.
That's
Whereas-
bad out.
whereas-
Yeah, imagine like fucking, all these like fucking libertarians or liberals, whatever, be like, oh no, don't cut his head off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would not like it. They'd be like, that's mean, and they've
I mean,
they've
yeah,
a good
like-
point. But like back then, there's like this disconnection where, you know, the peasant in like, I don't know, Bordeaux would hear about, oh, they cut off King Louis' head. They'd be like, oh, that's gas, and just like go about
Like, who's
just
that?
just go on with their day, because like they've no they don't see him, and they've no connection to it
They
immediately.
don't fucking care.
Yeah, they don't care. They
Either.
have their own life to carry on with. Whereas
They
today,
got
like,
bigger fish to fry.
yeah, whereas today our immediate life is intimately connected with what we see around us, which is, there's no limit of distance there, you know. You can
Yeah,
compress
it's all
that.
immediate.
Everything's compressed into a global village, some might say.
In a timeless, spaceless
Mm.
vacuum area,
Yeah, a hellscape,
Yeah.
a dystopian
A
hellscape
hellscape.
in which we all live.
in which we all care for King Louis.
Yeah, yeah. God bless.
God bless. God bless you, King Louis.
God bless.
Wherever you may lie.
Oh, he's fucked up.
He's fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, what are you watching?
Yeah. I watched Persona last night.
Nice.
Have you ever seen it?
Tarkovsky, is it? Or is that a...
No, it's
Bergman.
Bergman, yeah. Have you ever seen it?
It's on Mubi, is it?
It's on a Italian movie.
Okay, okay.
That's where I watch it anyway.
What's it about?
It's about a woman. It's about right. So it's about these two women, right? One is an actor who she was on stage and then she just like stopped saying her lines for a second. She like zoned out, and then she looked at like her cast members and she's just like, "Oh, sorry," and then she has not talked since then. Like she's just stopped talking. And then the other woman is a nurse who's like caring for her and like, you know, trying to figure out like what's wrong with her and stuff like that. And ultimately like they've like decided at the hospital like there's nothing physically or mentally wrong with her. She's just stopped talking. And I don't know whether or not to I'll go into the film a bit because I think this is a film that I want to recommend at some point. Because this film is incredibly interesting. It is there's so many bits like this whole stuff about like, you know, like obviously personas and like, you know, identity and the roles, the different identities that we have in front of people, and the whole kind of idea is that like what's her name, is Elizabeth, I think is her name, the actor. She's like refused to be a role for any, like she's refused to have like, you know, different identities, so she just stops talking. She's now a blank slate basically. And what starts to happen is the other girl, her name is fucking, what's her name, like fucking Yzma or something. It's not
Yzma.
It's something like that. Is it, what's her name? Her name is Alma. Yeah, Alma is the nurse, and like it's kind of like Alma starts projecting her personality onto Elizabeth, because, you know, Elizabeth is literally a blank slate. But also Elizabeth starts to project her identity onto Alma, and the two slowly begin to like merge into like one being. And it's like there's a lot of questions about like whether or not they were really two different people, this like all along, were they always the same person, a lot of shit like that. But it's a really interesting film. Like there's so many, like it's incredibly shot, but like the camera techniques in the film are mental. Like there's like a lot of like those merging, like their faces will literally like merge into one, and obviously this is done on film, so it's really like I don't know how they did it. There's some shots I'm like I don't know how they fucking did it. And also like the film draws attention to the fact that it's a film. Like the opening shot of the film is a film reel getting all distorted and fucked up. So it's like immediately the medium is fucked up. Like the identities, the personalities are all fucked up from the very beginning.
Well, when was this released?
Yeah, it's 1966.
96
Yeah, he is.
or
Yeah.
66. Nice. Great year.
1966. I never watched any of it. This is the first like Bergman film I've seen, but I definitely want to check out more of his shit. It's really fucking cool. It's a cool film.
He's big. He's like Tarkovsky. He's in like that gallery of
Yeah.
saints, of cinematic saints.
Yeah, I don't. After seeing this film, I can see why. Like, it kind of reminds me of like a more. It's kind of Lynchian. In fact, I'm pretty sure, Mulholland Drive is kind of like, Persona. But I haven't seen Mulholland Drive. But I'm pretty. I've heard like things about it. It's about like identity and stuff like that. So I assume it's probably like influenced by this. But like, it's just a fucking weird film. It's a weird film. There's a bit where Alma is talking about like being down at a beach and having this orgy, and it's really weird.
What?
And I was just like, holy shit, are these two like gonna start fucking? I was like, am I gonna start watching
Fingers
another
crossed.
lesbian? Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Am I watching another lesbian film here?
Trapped again.
But no, they did. They don't.
didn't. Oh jeez.
They didn't.
Oh jeez.
But it's yeah, and there's like a lot of lines in the film that's just like, I don't want to be you. I'm not going to be who you want me to be. And like the idea of like playing a role in front of people, like Elizabeth gets a photo of her son, and she rips it because it's like she's refusing to be the role of a mother now, and she's refusing to be the husband. And there's just loads of shit like that, and like and the fact that like she's an actor, like she's always playing a role.
Yeah, we're all actors, man.
We're all actors.
Yeah.
We all have a persona.
Yeah.
It's an interesting film though.
Definitely, we'll have
We should
to have a look at
touch
it.
on that. Yeah, I think I might recommend it at some point. Actually, last for the listeners, you may have been able to tell last week's other guy's recommendation kind of came out of nowhere. Didn't know I was going to recommend.
I already watched
have,
it.
No. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it this week. We're gonna talk about that.
Great movie.
Because lockdown. Bit sad. We got a question later on about like films to watch around this time. So it's nice to have a break from
From rape movies and stuff.
and torture and what does it mean to be human?
Yeah. We need a laugh. We need like some
Need a good laugh.
some Will Ferrell movie. You can't go wrong. And Other Guys, just great movie.
Great film.
But yeah.
And there's more, and obviously there's stuff to talk about within the film as well. But interesting though.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a look at Persona when things brighten up, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made out like I have a list of like things, and I came up with like themes for like episodes. Like I have like
Oh shit.
about like 8. I've got like 8 recommendations, so I got fucking 8 months worth of recommendations. So I'm all sorted.
Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, I'd like a similar sort of thing as you. I came across this film that like I'd probably want to look at in the future, but it's like I actually haven't seen it. I've only seen part of it because it's 5 hours long. It's called it's Napoleon. It was following on from the whole French Revolution buzz I was on. It's this film from 1927 called Napoleon, and it's 5 hours long. It's by this guy called
1927.
It's from 1927, but that's the thing. It's like Battle Potemkin. It's like you watch it and it's like this could be on. If you put some color on this, you could this could be a completely modern picture.
Oh yeah.
It's like this.
Have you ever watched Battleship Potemkin, whatever however you pronounce it?
No. Well, we've seen bits of it, haven't we? About half an hour.
What's the steps of Odessa?
But no, this one's 5 hours long, and it's like, but the things it does with the medium itself is just absolutely insane. It's like this guy Abel Gance was the director, and he's like one of like the last romantic, I suppose, of cinema. Like he had this idea to he wanted to invoke feelings of sublimity, like the sublime, in the audience. He wanted the audience to sing along, and like when there's like music playing, and like to react with horror when something horrible happened. Like he wanted them to be fully involved in the picture. He wanted the screen to be as big as possible. He used camera angles that were just like hadn't been done. Like it's like a lot of like really tight shots and like fading between faces and like blurring the lines of identity and trying to convey emotion in really dynamic ways. He stuck a camera onto a pendulum to like convey like how the terror was swinging back and forth, like the political stuff like that. He stuck a camera on horseback for a battle scene, It's like all this weird stuff, and like each section, like it starts off in black and white, but each section is tinted in a different color. So it's in like, I don't know how many sections it is, but each section is tinted in a different way to like signify a different part of Napoleon's life, and it ends in this crazy finale where it's conventional aspect ratio at the start, but the finale it turns into triple widescreen. There's 3 different images, and they're all in like the red, white, and blue of the French national flag, and Napoleon's face is in the middle. It's like, it's crazy. It looks amazing. I'd love to watch it, but it is 5 hours long.
Maybe we can do like an hour or like a part or whatever, and like go through each part.
Yeah.
Or like, maybe we could do that. Like it could be like, we might not recommend people to watch this, but we ourselves could do like a movie, like a TV show or something like that.
We'll do a look at it definitely, because it's a hugely influential as well. It actually bombed. It ruined his career. It's another one of those those movies.
I can imagine having a 5 hour long Napoleon film to bomb your career.
Yeah, but like especially because cinemas weren't built to display the finale. They only have one screen.
Yeah.
And this guy was like,
I need like triple projectors to do that.
He's like, we need 3 screens, and they're like, why? But
it's not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, that's just retarded. But it looks amazing, even on YouTube. And there's been like loads of different restorations done. I think there's a free version on YouTube. The restoration by the British Film Institute is actually there on YouTube right now. I think it was only uploaded there a few days ago. I was watching part 1 there today. But it's incredible. Like I don't know. I didn't know you could get that much sort of enjoyment out of a silent movie. It's one of those things.
Silent movies, like it depends on like what they're doing. Like I imagine there's I'm not very well versed in silent films, but I'm sure that there's a lot of them that I would enjoy if I found them. What's that film called? Napoleon? What was it? Or who was it by?
Napoleon, 1927. Abel Gance, spelled Abel Gance. He's one of the great romantics. Like there's a scene where they sing La Marseillaise, like the French national anthem.
This thing says part 1 and it's 2 hours long.
Yeah. That's the one I was watching. But there's a scene where they sing the French national anthem at the premiere. He handed out all the words to the people in the audience. Like he planned for them to sing along, like as Napoleon, like stands there in the middle. He wanted to. It wasn't like a worshipping thing. It's more like he wanted people to feel like they're like literally in the image.
Yeah. That's fucking cool, yeah. Actually, I only just saw there as well, like fucking 1927 Metropolis also came out that year.
Yeah.
Another highly influential, highly important silent film, which I have seen and I do like. It's a good film. Bit simplistic with its, with its message, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's also the year the talkies started, which is which is one of the theories why Napoleon completely bombed, other than it being 5 hours long and being like triple widescreen. But because like there's a massive sort of hysteria at the time about talkies, because when you look back, it's sort of like how people get panicky over Netflix movies or internet movies these days. It's like, oh, it's not the same, or whatever. But like you look back on the old talkies, and they were all shit, like without exception, basically. Like they're just bad movies. And,
they haven't like discovered like how to use the medium properly.
Yeah, it was just a gimmick. So,
do you know, like I might have this completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure like one of the first things that were shown in the talkies was like a band playing and music being played, and the like I don't know who, like some guy, wherever the fuck he is, he had like one of the first lines in the talkie film, and what he said was, "Get ready for this, because you've never heard anything like this before."
Oh shit!
And that's like one of the first lines said in the talkies. It's something along those lines.
He's like talking to the audience.
He's gonna like, get ready for this. You've never seen anything like this before.
Y'all
like,
ready for this?
We're get ready for this. We're fucking talking. You've never heard someone talking before.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's just a guy talking.
How come talkies, like, because they had music? Oh wait, no, music was played.
Yeah, like Napoleon. The original score for Napoleon is actually lost, but they've multiple. Francis Ford Coppola, his follow up to Apocalypse Now was a restoration of Napoleon, where they had their own score playing. There's just some American guy did it. I can't remember his name. And then the most recent British one has a completely different guy doing a different score. So it's like it's not really crucial to the text, I
The
suppose.
film.
Yeah.
It's like Metropolis has a score done by Queen,
By the band Queen.
by the band Queen. Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Is it Metropolis? I'm pretty sure it's Metropolis has that because
Mm.
they don't have the original score for Metropolis either. But
It's mad how they lost all that stuff. Like how? You know?
yeah, surely someone somewhere has the fucking music sheets. Like,
Yeah. Someone has a DVD, you know?
but that's what I was thinking. Like, you know the way, like, because obviously they had music playing, but like, you know, people. I guess it wasn't high enough quality the recording to like record. But like, no, yeah, sure, people sung in like music. So why the fuck could they not just have people talking?
Oh, I don't know. They really let us down anyway.
Yeah, surely 1920s is like you should have fucking if you have film. It's not
Yeah.
that difficult to have fucking talkies. I don't know. I don't know the history of it, so I don't know.
Fuck them. Frauds, all of them.
Fuck them. All them frauds. Should have been talking from the start. They're fucking rat bastards.
They never even talk, they just talk from the beginning. The
not that
Lumiere
hard.
brothers, yeah, fools.
We're doing it right now. Like it's not hard. We're doing it on a. We're recording on mics.
People never talked in 1927, that's mad.
You know what I think? Do you think it's true that thing where the like people dreamt in black and white until color?
That's bollocks, absolute bollocks.
That has to be bollocks.
That doesn't make any sense. Most people didn't see a movie until there was already color
So
movies,
it's like,
you know?
do people not dream until they saw films?
Oh, that's pretty deep. Maybe they didn't.
Maybe
They gave
didn't.
us the power to dream. That's a Disney fucking slogan or something.
That fucking is films. The thing that gave you the ability to dream.
Yeah. Oh, we should get paid for that. Or you should. Claim royalties
No,
on that, man.
no. If it's on the if we sell it on the Parapod, it's a collective copyright.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes. I always thought because I remember hearing that before. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then thinking about it for like more than 2 seconds, I was like, that's complete bollocks.
Yeah, that's like saying people didn't see in color until color television was
Yeah,
invented.
like, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with It doesn't even make any sense. It's like when I'm because maybe it has something to do with, like the way that the image stays in your mind or something like that.
Mm.
But I was like, no, because I never dream about TV or anything like that. I dream about like scenarios I've been in.
Yeah.
And like
You just
visually represent them and stuff like that.
yeah, you dream in first person. You know, everything's in
Yeah,
color. It's just like real life, I suppose.
Yeah, that's why it feels real. Surely, so does that mean people are lucid dreaming way more back when it was all black and white?
Yeah,
so,
man.
this is black and white now, so this is clearly a dream.
Yeah, they're all on the DMT buzz.
All in the DMT buzz and the LSD. Well, LSD wasn't even made at that stage, which is crazy. I always forget that LSD wasn't a thing until the 1930s.
Yeah, I saw something today. It's like a short movie. It's like 45 minutes. It's called Tribulation 99. It's like
Sounds paro.
it's composed of found footage. It's not like the horror genre thing. Like it's footage that is like
Actually found.
yeah, just taken from different contexts and recontextualized and like pieced together to form a narrative. And there's a narration put over it. But it's from 1999. It's basically like it's about an alien invasion by this alien race called the Quetzalcoatls from like some alien planet, and they hollow out the earth, and it's all about this like it's really over the top sort of like 50s conspiracy thing, but it's all an allegory for American imperialism in South America. It's really hard to describe, but like
Yeah, that sounds fucking weird.
it's talking about stuff like Allende's government in Chile or the Sandinistas in Nicaragua and all that stuff as an alien invasion. Like they talk about Allende as like a puppet of the alien race, and it's like, but it's complete parody, you know. So it's from the perspective of like an American infomercial or like a propaganda film from the 50s, like talking about the communists as like these aliens, these frauds, like they're not living beings and stuff like that. And they had one segment about Fidel Castro talking about how the CIA stuck botulinum toxins in his air conditioning, and they spiked his coffee on a TV set with LSD and put like toxins in his cigars that were supposed to make his beard fall out and all this different stuff. And they're like, all this money was put into years-long projects to assassinate Castro, but they never knew that you can't kill something that isn't alive. It's all about like, you know, but it's like everything in it is true. It's just told from this really weird perspective.
Wait, did they actually poison like?
They did all those things, yeah.
The fuck?
And there's a whole section about the United Fruit Company and Coca-Cola interfering in Grenada and Guatemala and stuff like that. And it's talking about how the guy who was president of the United Fruit Company had just stepped down as head of the CIA and was also the former Secretary of State. So it's like there's so, and all this stuff is true in the film, but they say it in the context of this is an alien invasion. Like the Quetzalcoatlus are here to destroy us. It's a really good movie.
But it's just America is what they're actually talking about. Like America's the aliens.
No, the communists are the aliens. It's from it's from an American perspective.
Oh, right.
So they're portraying Castro, Allende, all that stuff is like these aliens. Yeah, alien puppets or whatever. But it's a really good movie. But it's impossible to find online.
Is it?
I had to buy it on Vimeo for €3, which is just
it sounds obscure as fuck. So
yeah. Oh, it is very obscure, but it really annoyed me.
That sounds good. That film.
It is
very good.
I also watched this film it's on Mubi. It's called Endless Summer. End of Summer. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's about,
what's that like?
It's amazing. It's very good. It's just penguins. It's just penguins. There's no sound. It's like there's a score. It's by this guy called Johan Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of him? He did the score to.
I recognize that name.
He did the score to Mandy and Mother.
That's yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
He died in 2018 or something. But he was a really good composer, and he went to the Arctic with the Super 8 camera and basically filmed penguins and like the landscape for a bit.
Yeah.
It's only 30 minutes long. It's on Mubi, but like it's just really weird, really creepy. It feels like it's what got me into the found footage sort of buzz, because I was just imagining like it sort of invites you to like watch it from the perspective of someone from like 100 years from now, where they're like seeing penguins as like these alien objects. It's like, oh, like this is crazy, like because the film is like so degraded and it's like really old-fashioned film, so it sort of removes itself from when it was filmed. It was filmed in 2014, but it looks like
I was about to ask,
it looks like it was filmed in the 1910s and 1920s.
Yeah,
and just like
that's just cool.
There's a lot of focus on like the mountains in the background, and like just the penguins like talking amongst themselves. Like they obviously don't talk. It's not like Surf's Up or whatever, but like, they're just chatting like meh, 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 meh. And like you're just thinking like these poor bastards have no idea what's coming. Basically, like they're fucked. Like they probably see the mountains off in the distance, but like they've no idea what's beyond there or like what's gonna hit them, and they can never understand it. It's like it basically like an alien invasion for them. Like things are just gonna go to shit, and they have no idea why or what's happening. You know,
you're getting like a glimpse as to what their reality looks like, and like how they perceive their reality. Like, cause if you stuck a camera in front of a fucking penguin's face, they're not gonna know what the fuck the thing is.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like
how long did you say it was an hour or a half hour?
It's half an hour. Yeah, it's worth watching.
I'll definitely have to watch that.
It's worth having to go. Yeah, it's like it's like I don't know. You feel like they're the humans and we're the aliens, like invading them basically. Like they're just sitting there doing their penguin things. They're so innocent, and you feel bad for them. But like
they're so pure,
and they don't know about global warming and all that stuff, and like climate change. And like
they're just chilling, they're just penguining about.
I don't think penguins are even endangered, but like you know what I mean, like the whole ecological change and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Are penguins endangered? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I just assume every fucking animal is endangered at this stage.
We're
killing so many of them. Like, we kill way too many of them. That sounds fucking cool. Actually, just talking about like that silent, movie aspect, and like the lack of like talking and stuff like that. I've been like catching up on Primal. Have you ever seen that?
Primal.
Yeah.
Is that sci-fi series?
No, so that is a show.
Yeah.
This is a TV show that came out last October. It came out with 5 episodes, and now the other 5 episodes of this first season are coming out. It's by Genndy Tarkovsky, I think his name is.
Oh,
he
is he the Samurai Jack? Is it?
Yes, he is Samurai Jack, and this is a TV show about a caveman and a dinosaur, and it is one of the most brutal fucking shows I have ever seen.
Why? What happens?
It is just about nature and how sometimes nature comes along and it'll take everything you ever cared about and it will leave you fucked up.
Yeah, Jesus. What happens in the movie? Or the series?
So in the first episode, like, the caveman loses his family and his little kids. Man, little kids.
It's like Ice Age.
It's like Ice Age, where like you see the shadows of like a T-Rex like flinging a little baby up into the air and just snatching down. Like, it's just the shadows. And then he goes to get like revenge for his family, and the dinosaur's there, and she has her babies. And then a bigger dinosaur comes along and fucking destroys her babies.
Oh god.
But Spear the caveman, Fang the dinosaur, they take down the dinosaur, and they become friends. They fucking hate each other, but they're best friends.
Oh shit, that's so wholesome.
And it's fucking great. It's really, really good. And like the amount of like emotion that like is portrayed between, like, you know, the caveman and this dinosaur, like, they're not able to talk to each other, but like you get the sense of the relationship that the two have, and like how they protect each other is really fucking cool. I'm on episode 8, which is called it's about witches or something. It's like Coven of Insanity or something like that. Or it's, I don't know what it's called, but it looks fucking cool, because like this is a beautifully animated show, and the shots in it are fucking gorgeous, and the colors are gorgeous. And you see in one episode a monkey gets punched so hard that the skin of his face peels off, and they animate that real fucking well.
God.
It's really good though. I recommend it.
Yeah. Oh, where is that available?
The internet.
Ooh.
I watched it originally on Channel 4, the all 4.
Oh yeah.
But the new season isn't on that, so I had to like get creative and find a website for it. But it's good. I'm watching I'm kind of watching Samurai Jack as well, but not really. Like, I was watching it before lockdown, and now I'm on the last episode of season 1, and I just haven't been arsed watching it. It's just not what I want to watch right now, you know?
Yeah.
I want to watch, you know.
What do you want to watch?
I want to watch Primal.
Yeah.
I want to watch films. Like, I really like Samurai Jack is like amazing mood setter, and like it's real quiet, it's real stylistic, and it's real cool. I don't want slow and cool and stylistic. I don't watch a fucking monkey get punched so hard that his face peels off. That's what I don't want to watch.
That's what you need. Yeah, a bit of catharsis, you know.
Yeah.
Wild and bombastic.
I think I will get into it though. I will watch it. Just not right now.
Samurai Jack?
I'm watching Samurai Jack.
Did you not watch as a kid, no?
I did, but like I only caught like episodes, and they were always like out of context. Whereas like watching it now as an adult and being able to watch it like in the sequence that it was meant to be, you can actually understand that there actually is a fucking story.
Yeah. I've heard it's like a masterpiece, or whatever. I loved it as a kid, but I don't.
I loved it as a kid as well.
I couldn't tell you the plot really, except for like the guy with the big eyebrows and stuff, and Jack.
Aku,
yeah. I loved it when I was a kid, because Cartoon Network, all that stuff, I loved, and Toonami, I loved all them, but I don't know the plot at all. Like, it
came back as well though.
Yeah, the revival.
Like 2 years ago, I think, because like fucking Adult Swim brought it back. Like Adult Swim are doing Primal as well. Like, they do really fucking good adult cartoons.
Yeah.
Actually, remember like when we're talking about like Perfect Blue, and we're like, oh, there's no like good like adult animation, like shit like Primal.
Yeah.
Like, and shit like that. That's like good adult animation, but there's no. I can't think of a film that's really good adult animation.
Yeah. Yeah, we're probably missing one though. We got that one really wrong. So.
Yeah, we got that really bad. Adult Swim do good adult.
Yeah, they do. They're really good
animation.
You know, ever watch Wonder shows and all that stuff?
No, but I really want to.
It's all on YouTube.
Like, get that. Yeah.
So they're really good. They're really funny, really cutting edge and like edgy.
They're really weird.
Yeah, but like they're like ahead of their time, because it's from the early 2000s. But they have like a little girl on Wall Street.
Yeah, and she's like, who did you exploit today and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't think anybody yet. And she's like, yet? And he just walks off. But like that was like 2005, you know? It's before people got woke. You know?
Literally before the economic crash.
Before the crash, she was like way ahead of it, you know? Everyone was like swimming around in rivers of gold, and she was like, this is all wrong. This is wrong. Yeah, this isn't sustainable.
It's not this little girl. This is not sustainable.
Yeah.
They're funny though.
Yeah, definitely.
I watched Seven as well.
Oh, sugar. Again.
I watched this film years ago. Now going back and watching it, I appreciate this film so much more now.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
What sticks out the second time?
Well, I think it's like an age thing, because like when I was watching it, I was like, when I was younger, didn't really appreciate, the tone that was set in the film, like the message more. I think I understood the message of the killer, whatever the fuck his name is. What's his name? John
Kaiser
Kaiser Soze.
It was him all along.
It was him. Well, Kaiser Soze, with the devil, John Doe, pretty fucking similar. But like what he was talking about, eat like fucked up people. Because I watched this film when I was like 12 or 13. I didn't properly understand that, but now 9 years later, I get it. And I watched it with my family, and I watched it with Isabel just before lockdown. And the cool thing like about it was like Isabel and Jenna, my sister, didn't know like anything about the film. They had no idea what was going on. Like they'd never seen the film before, so they didn't know about what's in the box or what any of the kills were going to be and stuff like that. But it was interesting, like seeing their reaction to it.
Yeah. How did they react?
Well, Isabel like figured out, because she was just like, because when like John Doe at the end, he's just like, I'll plead insanity if you don't come with me to like this area like 7 o'clock, whatever. And it has to be you two cops or whatever. Isabel like tapped me on the shoulder, and she's like, oh, is this something like envy and rage or whatever the fuck, wrath, envy and wrath has to do with those two? And I was like, kind of. And then she's like,
oh, she knew the 7 sins off.
She knew the 7 sins, and she also was like, and then she like looked at me, she's like, I think I know what's in the box, and she was right.
Oh, really?
She said like she was like, oh, she predicted what was going to be in the box.
Oh, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Such a great twist.
That. Brad Pitt is fucking amazing in that film.
It's like, what's in the box, man? He's like crying and stuff. It's so
he's crying, isn't he? And it's like there's a moment where like he's not going to shoot him, and then he's boom.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. That was 7 20 years.
Everyone's seen
Everyone knows the ending to 7. That's why I was amazed that Jenna and Isabel didn't know the ending.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought everyone would know that.
It's like fucking The Sixth Sense, basically. Like
yeah, but yes, I really like 7. It's like one of those genre movies that just, it's so well done that you forgive all the conventions and the tropes and stuff. It's like True Detective. It's basically just a neo-noir detective movie.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But it's so well executed.
And it's like grittier and darker and more like sinister and twisted and fucked up.
Yeah, it's twisted.
There is like some things where I'm like...
Like what?
Like, when I was watching it, I was just like, oh yeah, I get it. Like, these people, like, I thought like at one point... It was like the people were clinging onto life too much. So like, the guy that like overeats himself, he didn't have to do that. He could have just stopped and just accepted he's gonna get shot in the face. Similarly, the Wall Street guy, he didn't have to like cut his flesh out. He could have just accepted being shot in the face. And again with the girl, with the pride one, because that's like where she has like all the sleeping pills and a phone, and she could ring for help, or she could take the pills, and she decides to take the pills after he cuts her nose off.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, these people are clinging on to life too much. But then when John Doe's like explaining it, he's just like, oh no, these people sinned, they're filled with sin, and he's like that, and because like the lust one, the victim in that is the prostitute that gets fucked with a knife.
Fuck.
And he's just like, oh, she was just a whore, and I was like, well, that that doesn't make sense now, John Doe. Because surely it's the guys that are paying her for sex that are the ones that are lustful and are filled with sin. Like, like.
Well, it's also a sin to do that, isn't it? It's a sin to do
Well,
pretty much everything, isn't it?
it's a sin to do everything, but like within his ideology, his meaning,
Is being a prostitute not like one of the sins? Or like selling stuff?
Jesus was friends with a prostitute.
No, he fucked a prostitute. Mary
He
Magdalene,
did fuck
wasn't
a
it?
prostitute. Mary Magdalene. But John Doe, read up on the Bible there, bro. Jesus was best mates with a prostitute. So but like that,
Yeah.
like, and even like his like, I was like, that's a bit. It's more shocking than anything else in the film. It's way more fucked up. Obviously they don't show anything, but like that guy that when you remember you saying that before, that guy's performance was like, I didn't want to do it. He's like,
he's tops.
that's a incredible acting right there.
I just got shivers just thinking about that thing again. That scene,
Oh, it's awful. It's
Horrible.
awful.
horrible stuff.
And they don't show anything. It's just the dude's fucking reaction to it.
Yeah,
That's so scary.
how could they even show that? That would make it less scary.
Yeah, you'd be fucking wincing looking. Oh shit, he knocked off the glass of water. You'd just be fucking wincing at it, like.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be needed. Like, it wouldn't add anything to it. It makes it more scary when you don't see it.
Yeah.
But his like, yeah, I'm watching it again. Like watching it the second time, I kind of understood more the like, I guess the duality between John Doe and Morgan Freeman's character. What the fuck's his name? His name their names have fucking meanings again. His is like, because like fucking Brad Pitt's character is called David, which is like fucking no, I remember looking up Morgan Freeman's character's name. It means I'll just come up with 7 for fuck's sake. There we go. It means protector.
All right.
Somerset means protector.
Does it?
And then yeah. But like Somerset means protector, and Mills means something, and John Doe, unknown, the unknown, and stuff like that. But like understood more like how like Somerset and John Doe were two sides of the same coin. Like they saw the world the same kind of way, except Somerset was more trying to save the world or protecting it, even though he knew that there was no real point to do it.
Yeah. It's like
And
he's like an angel and a demon.
yeah, Angel and the Demon, and like Mills, whatever the fuck his name is, he's like, he wants to be a hero. He thinks like everyone's good, everyone can be protected, everyone can be saved.
And he's wrong. Such a sad movie.
He's wrong. It's a very, very bleak, depressing film.
Yeah.
Its outlook on humanity is fucking bleak.
Yeah. It's not nice, but like,
No.
but that's what you want, That seemed like the start of all those edgy movies, like stuff like Dark Knight,
Yeah.
where it's like, it's basically advocating this really dark sort of like almost fascist worldview, where
It's nihilistic as fuck. Like,
yeah, it's really dark, but that's the 90s for you.
But when I was watching it, I was reminded of like us talking about dystopian fiction, and how like dystopian fiction never really got popular until nowadays, and that idea like, oh, where did this all come from? I really got a sense of that when I was watching this film. It's like, where did this like bleak nihilistic view that everyone is fucked up, everyone's a sinner, and everyone needs to change and all that shit, where did that come from? What do you think causes that in films? Because like obviously like films reflect like this is the culture and society that they come from.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely films just acting as a mirror to society in general. In that sense, you can't resist the comparisons to like just the 90s in general. The whole like end of history thing. It's like people just like, this is it. We've arrived at the end of what can be achieved, and things are still bad. Bad people still exist. Bad things still happen. What other conclusions do you have to come to other than the world is just a bad place and people are bad people, and that like it's never going to change. It's like it's just a logical conclusion of the sort of I don't know, ideological project of that time.
We defeated fascists and communists. How else could it?
Yeah.
They're the only two reasons people can be bad.
Yeah, we beat the bad guys, but people are still bad. It's like, this doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
But it does make sense if you're like, oh, everyone is bad.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're like a fucking edgelord, you're like, oh, everyone's bad. The world just needs to end. We are the parasite.
Yeah. Yeah, people like that are so annoying.
Oh, stop. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It is just annoying.
The world will live without us. It's like, yeah well, like...
Yeah, but we don't fucking want that.
Yeah. It's like, what's your point?
Personally, I don't want to fucking die. But, yeah, that is like, it's such a thing in this film as well. It's like everyone is a sinner. Everyone is fucked up. Like, even the fact that, like, the town doesn't have a name, or the city doesn't have a name. It's like, it's like Gotham. It can be anywhere. It's always raining, and the one moment where it's not raining is when they're out in the desert at the final, like, the final two sins, and that's when the most, like, fucked up bit, like the most psychologically fucked up bit happens. That sense of like everyone's evil, everyone's fucked up, and everyone needs to change, and like John Doe being the one that's gonna change things in the most fucked up, brutal way. Like really, I guess, I don't know, like it's just a bleak fucking film.
Yeah.
It's just a fucked up bleak film.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole thing about you almost have to be a bad guy to change anything, or to get people to...
Yeah. Like the Joker.
Like the Joker, bro. Like there's never a film about like even look at Dark Knight. Harvey Dent, he's the good guy, he's a lawyer, he's trying to change things. He's doing it the wrong way, basically. He's like a renegade. Yeah. But like he still gets fucked up in the end. Like, and it turns out the only way to change anything is to be like crazy, to be completely fucking off the wall like the Joker. And even then, you're gonna get knocked down a peg by some fucking mentally ill man in a fucking black mask. It's
with
like
a fucking lot of money.
Yeah, with a lot of money behind them. It's like this world, so much going on in this world, but it never moves anywhere at all. You know,
much like our own.
Yeah,
stasis. Yeah, like I'm reading Society of the Spectacle.
Oh, what's it like?
It's good. There's a bit there where I was like, he's just talking about shit I have no idea what he's talking about. He's talking about like Stalinism and like the spectacle and fascism and the spectacle. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I understood up until this point, but now I'm past that point and I'm understanding more because he's talking about time and like the cyclical nature of time, where it's like, that thing where it's just like time wasn't really seen as a cycle until agriculture. So you'd be like, oh, it's that time of the year again.
Yeah,
where we can now plant our shit.
Even Halloween, which was 2 days before this is broadcast. It's all related to when they used to bring the cows down from the pasture, and when they had to like sow the fields or whatever, or like reap what they'd sown or whatever. It's all based around the habits of agricultural living. You know.
And even like the fact that like the clock's going forward and going backwards, like we're getting rid of that now because we don't need to do that. But like that was because of farming. That's because of agriculture for that reason. But that seeing time as like a cycle, that wasn't a thing. Like normally like you kind of perceive things as like as like forward moving and stuff like that. But like because of agriculture, you saw things in a cycle, and I think it has like increased to the point where like we see time as like forward moving, but also as a cycle, and therefore it is stagnant. Like because of like the world that we're living in right now, and like time doesn't really move in the same way that it used to move. And I think Seven, John Doe's like attempt is to fucking kick that out of the way and just get time back on track.
Yeah,
moving forward again. Show that like
let's get this going. Come on, lads.
Let's get this going. He's a Time Lord. He's Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's a Doctor Who spin-off.
He's trying to fucking fix shit. Like,
yeah.
And his method of doing it is super fucked up and super nihilistic and bloody and brutal compared to Somerset, who sees people as they're fucked up, and there's maybe no reason like to save them. But you kind of, he's like, fucking.
He's like, why not?
He's like, Sisyphus.
Yeah, Camus.
Sisyphus. He's like, you like, what else are you gonna do? You can fall into nihilism. You can turn into the John Does of the world, or you can just keep fighting forward and keep moving forward.
Mm.
But the film ultimately proves is that that's pointless as well. That the film itself says
Yeah.
that's pointless.
That's so sad.
It's a fucked up film.
Mm. Oh, is that what De Boer talks about in Society of the Spectacle? Like the six.
Oh no, he's just talking about like capitalism and shit like
Oh,
that.
right.
Like that's like the spectacle and like ideology and stuff like that. That's what he's talking about. But like that idea of time kind of relates back into Seven in a way, I think.
Definitely, you know, the return, time is a flat circle, all that stuff.
Yeah, time is a flat circle.
Mm.
But I like when I was watching it as well. I kind of was thinking about like I feel like it kind of takes a little bit of inspiration from Cormac McCarthy a little bit.
What do you mean?
With like these like really bleak, fucked up, nihilistic landscapes filled with fucked up people doing really fucked up shit. Like it's like this. I don't know. I feel like Cormac McCarthy might have had like a huge influence on this rut, I guess, that we're stuck in with all these films, like these really depressing films and books and shit. There's like, no, humans are shit. Humans are shit.
Yeah, humans are like get a bad rap in Cormac McCarthy stuff, like Blood Meridian and like Child of God and like The Road, No Country for Old Men. Like No Country for Old Men seems like the more direct comparison to Seven, but that was published way after.
Yeah,
but I suppose like he laid the foundations for that sort of that philosophy beforehand. Yeah.
Do you think this comes from fucking like World War II and like World War One, like, cause this shit, like the brutality and stuff like that had always been there in Empire, but like now I guess like 100 years ago, World War One, World War Two, it's like Empire had to like reflect on itself and see that it was doing all this brutal shit, but they didn't actually reflect on themselves. They're like, oh, look at the Germans with their concentration camps.
Yeah.
Ignore the Belgians in the Congo. They're fine.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like it's very narcissistic in that way. Like there's so many movies about fucking World War II and stuff like that. It's like it is like a really massive, like sort of mythical event, but it's only has that sort of status because it happened, you know, at home. Basically it happened where we sort of know ourselves to be.
It's in the known landscape.
Yeah, that's the only reason it's that big. And it was the bloodiest war in history, but like the whole point is that the main battleground was right here, basically in Europe.
Yeah.
But all this stuff was like going on before in like different places, but like we just didn't see it, and we didn't have the we didn't have the technology to convey what was being seen. Like World War One, World War Two. World War One is almost more horrific in the weapons that were used, but
it's more barbaric.
But like there wasn't film cameras or really cameras at all to depict any of it. I think it's there's like a thing where before you had this like illusion that if you're fighting a war, it was like glorious to fight in a war, and if you're fighting in a war,
it was justified.
Yeah, you were fighting for something. Whereas nowadays, like the illusion that you fight for anything really is like, it's like, oh no, you're just fighting for someone else. Like you're being conned or whatever. Like even Trump said himself is like anyone who went to Vietnam was a dope or something like that. You know, when he's not he's not really wrong, but like it's bad to say. But
it is bad. Well, it is bad to say because like, you know, it was like they were forced to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's also like technically correct in the fact that like all
he's touching on that.
These people got scammed and like basically exported as like dead meat to like, you know, power the Moloch, the imperial machine or whatever.
Yeah,
and like it just makes it's just depressing to think about.
That's the thing. I haven't seen it now, and I definitely will recommend it. But like Jarhead, do you know, like, have you ever seen Jarhead?
No, I've never seen it.
So like Jarhead is about like guys getting ready to go towards getting like hyped up and getting ready to go to war in like Iraq or Afghanistan. I don't know where the fuck it is. But there's a scene where they're watching like a fucking Apocalypse Now or something, and they're cheering at a part that like is meant to be like anti-war. So it's like these guys don't understand the message that's been like put to them here. Like they're so pro-war that they don't see the critiques and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's based on a real thing. Like the American Army actually show Apocalypse Now as like a motivational movie.
Jesus Christ.
As I remember,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I remember something about a lot of it being based in fact, but I've never seen the actual film.
But there's this thing in it where like they're getting ready to go to war, and then when eventually they get to go to war, they never ever shoot their guns because the drones and the airstrikes are taking care of it for them.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was the point of them fucking being there? And then they even like, they're like, oh, what's the point of us being here if we're not gonna fight? And then it's like they start to question, why the fuck are we even here?
Yeah. I have
Like, why are we bombing the shit out of these people? I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I know that like that's kind of the
Jake
the thing of the
Gyllenhaal,
film.
isn't it? He's always
Jake
good.
Gyllenhaal. He's always good. He's very Velvet Buzzsaw is fucking awful. But besides that, he hasn't been in a bad movie.
He actually hasn't. Yeah, he had a run there for a while where every movie he was in was amazing. Like
Prisoners.
yeah,
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, Prisoners. There was a few others there, like were all in a row. There's like half a dozen movies in a row where every single one was amazing.
Nocturnal Animals as well.
Yeah, he's in one called Okja. Ever watched that on?
Okja.
Okja, yeah.
That's
on
Bong
Netflix.
Joon-ho.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's in that. He's pretty good in that. He's
He's fucking great in that
yeah.
as well.
Have you seen that movie? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that film's fucked.
I love that movie. Yeah. But it's
fucked.
it's so sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember watching him and like, yes, Bong Joon-ho. I understand. Meat, the meat factories,
Yeah.
the complex behind it. It's very fucked up. I get it.
It ain't good. It ain't good. That's basically the message, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie is gas. I saw that at the start of lockdown. That's a real throwback for me. Like
Yeah.
back in the day.
I'm pretty sure I watched that at the start of lockdown as well.
Oh look, twinning.
Yeah. Twinning, yeah. I think it's just because there's nothing else on.
Yeah. Yeah, Netflix is barren these days.
Yeah, it really is. Like, they need to get more. Although there's a couple of things coming out now. There's a couple more things being added onto it. Can't remember, but there are a few things, I'm pretty sure. I want more, like, of those, like, the Deer Hunters and, like, Godfathers and stuff like that. One of those classic films that I need. Those essential viewings. I want more of them on.
Yeah, it's so hard to find those movies.
Do you want to go on to some listener questions?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Is this the 10th episode?
Yeah, it is. 10th episode.
Jeez, we didn't even.
Hello. Whoa! Look, the spectrogram went crazy there. Yeah, this is the 10th episode extravaganza, isn't it? You know.
We probably should have mentioned that at the start, but it's too late.
We'll
now.
stick it in. It'll be grand. We'll be grand.
Do you want to crack on with the movie?
Huh? Yeah, let's go.
On to our listener questions. If you have a question for us, you can hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at paro_pod or the email theparopod@gmail.com. Mark, do you want to take the first question and ask it there?
First question comes in from Cleena.
Shout out to Cleena.
She's asking, shout out to Cleena, friend of the pod. She's asking, any good movies to watch right now? Smiley face.
So I'm assuming Cleena meant like, wholesome, easy, fun films because, things are pretty bleak. We could recommend, zombie films and like pandemic films, but we're not going to do that.
Read the room.
Read the room. So I just threw in like just a bunch of like feel good films. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is coming on to Netflix soon, I think. I love that film. Have you ever seen that film?
I have not seen it yet. You're always recommending it. I have to see it. It's on Netflix, is it?
Film. It's either on Netflix now or it's coming on to Netflix in like a couple of days or a week or so.
Good stuff. I'll have to have a look.
Highly recommend it. Groundhog Day. I think that's very thematically appropriate.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Jesus, we could analyze that, man.
We actually could analyze. That could be the recommendation from you next week. But Groundhog Day. It's a classic. It is a feel good film though. It's nice. It's cozy. It's nostalgic, and repeating a day over and over again. It's it feels like that right now, so it's good.
Mm.
And then Les Untouchables.
Les Intouchables.
Les Untouchables.
Man, do you see they remade that with Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart?
Yeah, don't watch that. Don't watch the Get Up. That's
such the most American thing I've ever seen. Like why did they remake that? With
because subtitles are hard to read.
I don't know, man. I don't get it.
Fuck that. Don't watch the fucking remake. Watch the original, which is a fantastic film. It's feel good. It's great. It's enjoyable. It's nice. It's soft, and a good happy ending overall. Do you want to take? Do you want to cut away from me for a bit, and you can try out some of yours?
Yeah, my recommendation is The Other Guys, which is also a recommendation for next week. For Owen's analysis. And that's pretty much all I have. I can't think of. I don't have any other. I watched that last night, so that's fresh in my mind. But I'll think of another one now. Give me a second.
The Water Boy.
Oh, The Water Boy, great movie.
I'd also I got two more recommendations, I guess. Just your favorite fucking Disney film, whatever it may be. Like, I'm gonna be cracking open fucking Moana soon. I'm gonna be cracking into fucking Aladdin as well soon, because these be bleak times, and I need some happy music. I need that The Rock singing "You're Welcome to Me." I need that, and I also need Robin Williams's Genie performance. I need that in my life now. So I'm gonna be going back into that. And lastly, I would recommend Airplane. Did you ever see Airplane?
I have, yeah, with the big lads, Robert Stack, Leslie Nielsen.
A classic spoof movie, but it's just stupid, good fun, and highly recommend that film for these times as well. So there's a bunch of films. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I have a few. Just came up with there in the last 30 seconds. Dodgeball is a great feel good movie.
Yeah.
It's a bit dated, but it's like The Other Guys. Just a good film to watch in the background. You don't have to pay attention to everything that goes on.
No.
Another thing, Scary Movie 3, or the first 3 Scary Movies. Well, maybe not the second one, but they're funny. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, is the second one the one in the haunted house?
Yeah, that's the one with
fuck that.
What's his name? Cross.
The hand.
Yeah, the guy with the hand. Yeah, and the guy in the wheelchair. Yeah, it's not great. Scary Movie 3 is really good. Charlie Sheen, aliens, they piss out of their fingers. Leslie Nielsen's in it. I really like it.
It's a hoot.
It's a hoot.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Good time for the whole family. But yeah.
Yeah, I think just, those type of movies, like stupid, silly, fun comedy films, and nice, wholesome family films is what's needed right now. Don't watch Seven, for the love of God. Don't watch that. That'll fuck you up.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then alright, so second question coming in from Michelle. Of course, shout out to Michelle. Michelle asks, favorite autobiography that you've read. Now, we're not gonna lie to you, Michelle. I don't think I've ever read an autobiography, but there are some that I do want to read. I do want to read Malcolm X's autobiography because pretty important text within the field of black radical politics and ideology and anti-capitalism, stuff like that. What about you, Mark?
Me?
Yeah.
There's no one else here, I suppose, but my favorite autobiography is well, it's not really an autobiography, but it's it's about the person who wrote it. On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Really sort of sort of basic bitch choice, but it's like one of those things where I actually have the original scroll where it's like he uses the name in the novel, the originally published novel On the Road. The main character is Sal Paradise, but he basically just changed all the names out for people who were actually his friends and himself. So he's the main character, but he just switched the names around. So it's
the only difference is the names.
Yeah. So it's all about him. It's all about his life, and that's pretty. I can't remember any other. I read a Lee Evans autobiography back in the day, but other than that, I haven't really read any. But On the Road is definitely one of my favorite books ever. So I think that counts.
Yes. I think it counts. Yeah, that would definitely. If I thought of that, I would answer that as well. Because I haven't read many autobiographies because a lot of them I imagine reading a historical figure, but I'm not gonna crack open fucking Graham Norton's autobiography and start luring into that
Yeah, fuck that.
That's not my my taste in reading.
Nah.
But do you want to go into the third question?
Yeah, let's float on down there. Coley asks, another great question from Coley. Thoughts on the one-shot method for scenes, movies, and any drawbacks.
And he gives the examples.
He gives examples of 1917 and Birdman, which were both sort of shot in the one take, kind of shot as if they were one takes.
Yeah. What do you think about the one shot methods? How do you think it's effective, and in what situations do you think it's effective?
I'm gonna take the really unpopular position and say it's completely overrated, and that it's almost
overrated,
I don't think it's. I think it's
depends.
distracting. I think Birdman is it's just a gimmick. At that point, it was like really fashionable back then. It became a gimmick where people just wanted to do it for the sake of it. Like, it's technically impressive, but it doesn't really make any sense to have it in a movie. A lot of the time, people just
I think there's
like a lot of places, a lot of movies or TV shows do it just to say like, oh, this is one take. Like, say in True Detective, where it's all actually one take in the 4th episode for the last 10-15 minutes. Or it's pretty long, but it's like that was like the first time I remember seeing that come up. Like a one take, it was like really impressive, and like it got loads of coverage. But it's like needed in the episode almost. Like the episode requires it. Like everything is building up. It's like a kettle coming to a boil. And like this scene at the end is like everything just overflowing and things just going haywire. And there's no point cutting away, because everything you wouldn't want to cut away, because everything that happens is something that you want to see. And that's why I think it was needed to have it there. But stuff like I don't think you need it for a whole movie. I don't know why. I don't think that's necessary, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think that when used effectively, like that's like immediately I thought that the fucking episode 4 of True Detective, that's like the perfect use of the one shot, where it is, because one shots should be used like when things are tense, because you don't cut away and you have to like live in the moment as well. And like, following Rust into the house, and he's counting down, he's like looking around, he's glancing at what's going on, he's like counting down, and then just it fucking kicks off. It's so good, and like the music building up to it and all, it's so good. That's where I think one shots are really effective. In terms of Birdman, I disagree there, because I think in Birdman, it's thematically important, because they're talking about like putting on a stage performance and all that type of stuff, and like they talk about like art, and like real actors are the ones that like are on stage and they don't get to cut away. There's no cuts for them, so that's like involved within the film itself, to the fact that these actors actually are doing it in one take. So I know, do you actually know? Have you ever heard about the things about the who fucked up the most in Birdman, and who like was the best at like remembering the lines? Zach Galifianakis was the best at remembering his lines, because he's a stand-up comedian.
Oh right, yeah.
And Emma Stone was the worst. She fucked up the most amount of times.
Oh shit, yeah.
But so Zach Galifianakis, like a dude that basically has like live theater history, was able to do it the best out of all of them.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah,
Anyway,
but I think for a movie, it's like, I don't know.
Some films where like it is just not needed. Like, have you ever seen Hunger?
Yeah.
Do you know that long take, and that which goes on for like 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And just the two of them, like, it's just like, oh wow, like look at them acting. But the two of them are fucking stage performers anyway. Like, they're able to do that. That's not impressive. Like,
yeah, I think that
it's not even impressively shot or anything. It's just the camera is there.
Yeah,
it does not move. That's when it's fucking boring.
Yeah, but I think that's actually thematically important in that movie though. That shot.
Why? Because of the conversation.
No, because it's just sort of, because it's Bobby Sands talking to a priest, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just sort of I don't know, translating the long slog of the troubles of like the struggle of like living in prison, of going on hunger strike, to a filmic sort of medium. I thought, I know what you mean. Like, it's a boring scene, and it's like it got a lot of hype, but at the same time, I don't think it was included just to be like, oh, this is one take. Like,
no, fair enough. I think it's about the conversation around it that caused that.
Your man McQueen, he's pretty bad for like making movies just to like be impressive, I think, or to like get like people going, oh, that's mad. But I think in Hunger, like that worked off, or that worked out, I think. But
there's like some films like 1917. Like, there's points in that film where like you can blatantly see like where the cut was. to the point where I'm like, why did you even fucking bother doing it? Like, it's
Mm.
so obvious where the cuts are. It's bits where like the main character will like jump or fall down, and it's so obvious that he's moving past like a fucking green screen or something that I don't know what the point of it being one take was. The only moment where it works in the film for me was the end of the film and the start of the film, like when they're walking through the landscape and it's real tense, like, oh shit, are they there, are they not there, and then they're fine, and then the bit where like he's just fucking legging it down through the fucking along the battlefield, that's fucking cool. Also there's a point in that film where like he gets knocked out and time progresses. It's like, so you've literally broken the one shot there, because it's not one shot, it's not like one continuous passage flow of time. There's literally a breaking in time. So what's the point?
Yeah,
Why was it
yeah.
needed to be in one shot?
I think it was like he wanted, like, no, that was Nolan, isn't it? 1917.
That's Mendes.
Mendes, is it? I thought Nolan was involved.
Yeah,
in that.
Sam.
No, but yeah,
Maybe he was involved, but it's Sam Mendes, the director.
yeah. I think it was like they were trying to get across this thing about war. Like, remember we talked about Children of Men? Like the shot, the last 20 minutes in Children of Men. It's like such a realistic sort of scene. I don't know if it's one shot, but like it feels like it is. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure it is one shot.
Yeah. That'd be an example of that'd be an example of where it works. But like in 1917, like I could see the idea. Like maybe they pitched it as like it's like a realistic war movie that like never lets up, like never gives you a break. It's like actual war. But there's so many different set pieces in that movie, and so many different scenes that it doesn't make any. Like they're in the tank,
and there's so much downtime.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah. They're in the tank. They're on the beach. They're waiting to get picked up. It's like what was the point of it? There's no real point to having that movie being one shot. I think, like you could. It's like it's cool, but it doesn't make any sense in a narrative
cool
sense.
You know. Yeah, it's cool in certain scenes. I think like when it's intense and when it's action or when it's violence, or also similarly fucking irreversible. The underpass scene, that being, that film's all one takes. Like it's all just like long takes, but like that being a one take there is, they just put the camera down and they let it roll. But it's the impact that has. You don't get to cut away because fucking
she doesn't. Yeah,
she doesn't get to cut away and stuff like that. Like that's where it's effective. Like if I have to question like what's the point of this,
you're doing a bad job.
That's where I get that's where you lose me.
yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think of other examples of one takes that do you ever see that film Victoria?
No, what's that?
It's a German film, 2015 or 16. That film, like, so like Birdman and 1917. It's meant to look like it's one take, but it's not actually one take.
Yeah.
Victoria was like one take. It actually was one take. They didn't cut ever. They didn't and they don't fuck around and pretend like it's one take. It is genuinely one take. I watched 20 minutes of that film before I knocked it off because it was fucking boring.
Yeah. Can you see that they're not in the sense that it's one continuous take, but that they didn't get a second shot at like lines and stuff, like lines that you might have reshot if it wasn't that gimmick on.
No, not even that. It's just for the first fucking 20 minutes, half an hour,
nothing happens.
Nothing's happening.
Really,
nothing's happening. It's just people hanging out, and it's like, why did this have to be one take? This is. I understand later on it's like a heist film, I think.
Yeah.
So it turns into the need for one take. But for fuck's sake, if it takes, just fucking make it normal, and then the last bit can be one take.
Yeah, make it in two parts. But what happens if you get say it's 120 minutes long?
You start again. Nah, I would be nah. How many times? Oh yeah, imagine this if you fuck up, just keep going.
Yeah, I think that's how they go. I'm
pretty sure that's how they do it. They just if you fuck up your line, just keep going. Yeah, if it's something like that.
If it's 2 hours long and you're an hour and 55 minutes in and you go you start stuttering, it's you don't.
That's it. That's just a character.
Yeah. He's suddenly he has a stutter in the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it's fine. Fuck it. Now, obviously, I say there's a clever way of making a cut or something. There has to be.
Yeah, there's no way. There's and actually, I don't know. I doubt a lot of them are actually one cuts. It'd be so expensive. It's the opposite in that True Detective episode where they pan up to the helicopter at one point, And
Yeah.
that was just as like an insurance shot in case they fucked up the rest of it.
Yeah.
But like, there's no cut there. It was just if they wanted to cut there, they could have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was just included in there. But it was all one take, and you can tell by the way, like parts of that one cut. It's only 8 minutes long, but you can tell parts of it are like, you would have reshot it if it wasn't part of like one whole piece. Like the part where like Russ is like beating on the Nazis outside on the projects, like it looks so unrealistic. Like you would have reshot that if it was just one scene shot together, but it was part of a bigger thing.
He's like throwing him down. He like barely hits him.
Yeah.
And even the bit where like where like they get the two of them getting the shit kicked out of them with the two black guys. It's like, it's pretty obvious like the violence there isn't like believable, but you understand because like, no, they're doing this in one take, so they're not gonna risk like, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Like,
and the shots as well, but like there is those insurance shots you can see where like the camera will go behind a building and it's just like black for a second, then it pulls out to a mirror or a window. It's like, okay, that was obviously the insurance shot where like it's just blackness and you can just cut in or whatever. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it is just like, you know, I think a good one take is one that effectively uses the idea of a one take. Like the medium has to be used, the technique has to be used effectively. I think though, you know the like that what's that film called? Not The Third Man. What's that old film called? And it's a really, really, really famous one take opening.
I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck is it called? I've watched the film as well. Is it The Third Man? No, it's not The Third Man. Oh, it's a really famous shot, and like,
here, we'll look it up.
Just look it up. No, wait, Touch of Evil. That's it, Touch of Evil.
Oh, I wouldn't know that. Wouldn't have known that.
That they did the one take shot because they needed to save money, but it works.
That's a good reason to have a one take shot.
That's a good reason to do a one take shot because they needed to save money, but it works really effectively because it's a guy setting up a bomb. So it starts them setting the bomb, and the music is the ticking sound, and it's all one take. Oh, and so like he's walking through shit, and he puts the bomb down, and then it pulls out, and it's a really it's a very complex shot as well because they I'm pretty sure they got onto like a fucking crane or something at one stage and like moving around on the crane to keep it going and stuff like that. Like it's a really well done one take.
How long is it?
It's like 7 minutes or something like that.
Oh, really?
It's not like extremely long. It might even be 5 minutes, but it's, you know, fucking Tarkovsky's mad for long takes as well.
Yeah, but like that's just like standing still, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
that's just like, you know, basking in what's going on.
Yeah, like I haven't seen Stalker, but I know the end part where it's like it's just 10 minutes of receding, of like the camera dollying back from like it's like a church or something.
Yeah.
But like I've even seen like a clips of him on YouTube where he's talking about his philosophy, and he's talking about how young people need to learn to live alone and be quiet and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like
that's his philosophy.
Reflection.
Yeah, reflection. Yeah.
Yeah, it's prayer through film is like his philosophy, I guess, which is where the one take makes sense as well there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, there's like, you know, there's a lot of different ways where like the one take can work, and there's a lot of ways where it doesn't work, but you know, overall, would you say you're a fan of one takes, or do you think they're overrated?
I think they're massively overrated.
I think they're overrated, yeah, but I think they're good still. I still enjoy a good one.
I love a good one take, you know? But I also love a good movie.
Yeah. If it's it's like a good film as well, more than anything.
Yeah, that's the main point, you know.
Right, we going to
Connor's question, yes.
So Connor asks us, if we were to reshoot Twilight to be an Oscar contender, who would we cast as each role? So I've got a list out here. We can add more names down onto this as well. We got Edward, Bella, Jacob, Charlie, Alice, Carlisle, and Renesmee. They're the parts I put down first. You know, maybe you can go back and add in a couple more of the actually I'll throw in Casper as well. Casper, he's a pretty important vampire. Well, the rest of them I can't remember their names. So
who's Casper?
He's Alice's boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the big fella.
No, that's Emmett. He's someone else's boyfriend. But Casper's the one that has like, he can like feel people's emotions or some shit. So
he's an empath.
Yeah, he's an like that's how they explain it in the books. Apparently, is that like he was an empath, and that's how his like his ability like transcended into being a vampire.
His superpower, he's an empath.
He's just emotional.
He can just understand emotions. That's his
He just
superpower.
gets it, man. You know, he plays guitar.
That's great. That's funny.
So I think first of all, who are we directing this, or are we just funding this? Are we the producers?
No, we decide who gets cast. All right.
Can we decide who the director is as well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do that as well.
Who do you want directing this thing?
Denis Villeneuve, or whatever his name is.
I was thinking, I was like, it's either gonna be, or maybe Gaspar Noé.
Gaspar Noé. Oh, that's a way better show. Gaspar Noé. Wait, okay, let's make this the craziest,
Man.
the worst possible Twilight movie.
Man, the sex scenes will be fucking mad.
Oh God, breaking the bed. That'd be vanilla on this.
Edward's not waiting until fucking the fourth film to have sex. This dude's like, he's riding from the get go.
It's like Edward, the sex addict vampire. He dances to deal with his pain or something like that. I don't know.
So do you want to do two versions? We'll do the good Denise Villeneuve version, and then the crazed Gaspar Noé choice.
Yeah. Hey, write it down on the screen because we'll start with director Denis Villeneuve.
Right. Who is our Edward in the Denise Villeneuve one?
Robert Pattinson.
I think they got it right from the get go. I think Robert Pattinson is a great fucking Edward.
He's a great Edward.
And
He's great.
We're gonna touch up on that script a little bit. We're gonna change a few lines. We're gonna make it a little bit better. We're gonna improve Edward as a character in the first one, so it's not as cheesy. And I think Orpa, he's all up for it.
Yeah, in the Oscar contender one, he's a Holocaust survivor. He was like,
He was saved by Carlisle or some shit like that. Oh,
yeah.
Carlisle was a fucking American soldier coming in, and he found Edward Cullen dying, and he bit him and he changed him so that he survived.
Yeah, and they have like a low key home like gay relationship going on.
Yeah,
like,
obviously.
There's like a fan thing, like headcanon. I don't know. It's like a Call Me by Your Name meets Schindler's List.
This could easily be the plot of the Gaspar Noé one as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who's
in the Gaspar Noé one, Carlisle is the Nazi.
Yeah.
And Edward is a Nazi is a Nazi soldier.
Yeah. Actually, in the when we get down to that, but I already know who fucking Carlisle in the Gaspar Noé one. It's gonna be your man that's in like fucking. He's in all the French films. Your man that's in Irreversible.
Vince Cassel. Yeah,
he's
definitely,
Carlisle.
definitely.
Actually, he might even be Carlisle in the fucking Villeneuve one as well. To be honest, like he's a pretty good vampire.
Definitely, yeah.
So in Noé's one, who's Edward then? Who's what actor?
Robert Pattinson.
This is Orpa again. I think he'd actually be,
I think that works.
he'd be up for both of them.
It's like shot back to back. It's like Lord of the Rings or something.
He actually would, because he'd be up for the Oscar one, but also the weird.
But then he'd be up for the Cannes.
For the weird Oscar or the weird like
the Palme d'Or. Yeah,
he'd be up for that one as well.
Absolutely.
And then Bella for the Denise Villeneuve one. I went with Florence Pugh. I think she'd be a very good Bella and would suit the role very well, especially with Orpa by her side.
Definitely. Yeah. That's such a ship.
That is a good ship.
You know?
I ship him.
Yeah, definitely.
And who's playing Bella in the Gaspar Noé Twilight?
I don't know. What do you think? Like,
I don't know, because we need an actor. We need an actor who's like willing to do like pretty fucked up shit. Like, 'cause it's gonna be Gaspar Noé. Like, maybe Sophia.
You're one from
Climax.
Yeah, she'd be a good. She'd be a good Bella. I'd say
She could play a good sad girl.
Yeah, definitely.
Sophia B. I think she would work. Also, she's worked with Noé before. They have that that relationship. Jacob. Now this is where it gets difficult. Because I actually did. I was like, okay, right. I want like Native American actor. There's no Native American. There's so little Native American actors. It's ridiculous.
There are no Native American actors. Yeah, it's difficult. Definitely a difficult one to cast. So I'm gonna go with a Marlon Brando style abdication and not cast him at all.
Wait.
Until they find. Wait. Well, I don't know any Native American actors.
If we're doing the first one, if it's just the first film, we can get away with Jacob not being in it, and then we buckle, or alternatively we can we tell Villeneuve and we tell Noé, listen fuckers, you're gonna find the next big star. Go out and fucking you search everywhere for this fucking actor, and by God, he better be good, and he better be fucking ripped.
God bless. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they should definitely try. It's definitely an issue there, so they should cast someone new. Like there's always a wild card in those movies.
Yeah, just throw in like a new fucking up and comer.
Yeah.
There was an issue as well though when we were looking up Native American actors. Fucking Taylor Lautner came up. Taylor Lautner is not Native American. He's played a Native American. And then like all of the fucking Native American actors just play like Native Americans in like fucking westerns and shit like that.
Yeah, they're all Indians and stuff,
Yeah.
It's bad out.
It is bad out. You can't just have like a normal, does a Native American just be a character? Just be.
Yeah, he's just Native American.
He just happens to be Native American.
He's just being Native American, yeah.
He just be Native. Yeah, he just being, And then Charlie, right? So, Charlie. So we need, I got two choices here. One of them was actually the one that Stephanie Meyers that she wanted. So I'll let you guess which one was the one that Stephanie Meyers wanted, right? So Hugh Jackman and John C. Reilly. Which one do you think was the one that Stephanie Meyers that she wanted?
Hugh Jackman, I'd say. He's the hunk, isn't he?
She wanted John C. Reilly to play Charlie.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, I think he'd be great. I think that would work.
I think his comedic timing would be because Charlie's already so much, like, he's such a funny character.
Yeah.
Like, he's great for that. Like, his wedding speech in, I think, part 1, Breaking Dawn.
Yes, part 1,
is great. It's great.
So funny.
John C. Reilly could have improv that entire thing, and it would have been an amazing scene, I think it could have worked. I
think Hugh Jackman also could have worked, though, because Hugh Jackman is such a fucking hunk,
He's such a hunk, man.
And,
definitely.
Charlie needs to be a bit hot, He needs it.
He's already hot, man.
And I think
who's the actor that plays Charlie?
Some dude. I don't know. I don't know what his name. I don't know who he is. I should have looked it up. I don't know what his name is. Do you think John C. Reilly or Hugh Jackman will be up for the Gaspar Noé version, though?
I think low-key, I think John C. Reilly would be the best pick for the Gaspar Noé movie.
Yeah.
I think he'd be up for it as well.
I think he would as well.
I think he'd be totally up for it. I think Hugh Jackman would be more into the
Oscar one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I see that. Especially because John C. Reilly, he does he'll do the weird film, he'll do Step Brothers,
Yeah, avant-garde movies.
He'll do avant-garde movies. He'll do a weird film that's you're not gonna get him a fucking Oscar or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then for Alice, who are we thinking for Alice?
Alice, I'm thinking. I don't know, man.
This is where I
what do you think? Yeah.
This is where I started to struggle because I was like, they already got it right. Like, whoever plays Alice is perfect. Alice is perfection. I think, we're better.
Saoirse Ronan.
Would Saoirse Ronan rock a pixie cut? That's the real question.
Does she have to have a pixie cut?
Yes, it's integral to the plot that she has a pixie cut.
Yeah, there's definitely an actress that'd be good for that.
I'm trying to okay, maybe they don't need a pixie cut, but it'd be nice. Fucking, I'm trying to, Emma Watson maybe.
She's too formal. She's too highty-tidy.
This could be the moment where she breaks away from that, though.
She's like 30.
Especially if we stick her in the Gaspar Noé one.
Oh yeah. I think
Could
that'd
you
be a shout. Maybe
imagine that?
you could stick like Jennifer Lawrence or something in the Gaspar Noé. You could stick loads of people in the Gaspar Noé one. Because
Well,
I feel
actually,
like
Jennifer Lawrence would work for the
the Oscar one. She
other-
loves Oscar movies.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
loves Oscar movies, but the other vampire, the blonde one, I don't know what her name is.
The villain.
No, the one that's in the Cullen family,
Oh,
the blonde one that takes care of Renesmee for a little bit.
all right.
Can't remember. Jennifer Lawrence could do a good version of her though.
Mm.
But for Alice, I don't know. Like I can't think of like.
I don't know. Brie Larson.
Yeah.
But she's a bit cold. She's a bit cold. I
Yeah,
think.
you need. Yeah, see, the problem is as well that you need that vampire physique. You know, you need to be like tall. You need to be white as fuck.
This is a white only position.
You need to be white as fuck. Actually, no, fuck it. Zendaya can be Alice.
Zendaya is Alice. Okay, Zendaya is
There we
Alice.
go. We'll break this tradition now.
Yeah, because she's in Dune as well. So
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, Zendaya. She can be Alice. She'd be the Gaspar Noé one as well, to be honest.
yeah, probably. Yeah, she's getting a bit
Ooh.
avant-garde. Or you could put. Wait. Oh, you could put. What's her name? Bella Thorne as the villain vampire.
Yes, that's such a good
As-
show.
The redhead. Yeah.
Yes. I actually just thought there, it's fucking. We never even thought about, like, Timothy Chalamet probably could do a decent fucking Edward, to
Man,
be honest.
he's had enough.
He's
had
everywhere, so fuck him. He doesn't get this one.
enough. Yeah, Robert Pattinson was perfect. Even though he's 35 at this stage, he can still do Edward.
Yeah, but we're going to do a little slightly older version of this, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair enough.
Maybe Charlie. Maybe Bella's there because Charlie is. He's shot on the line of duty.
What?
And she has to come and take care of him, and that's where she finds out about Edward. There we go.
Oh yeah, and
they're no
they're
longer
just
in high
in the
school.
town.
They're
Yeah,
just in the
yeah.
town, and there's like, the drama of the vampire, my love for the vampire, but I got to take care of my dad because he's in a wheelchair because he was shot because he's a cop. He's a good cop. There we go.
He's one of the good ones.
He's one of the good ones. So they could be a bit older, so it's fine. And we can get away from like them all having to like be white for them to like be like, because obviously they're in high school and they're trying to be a family. We can get away from that now. They're just a bunch of cunts that live in a house together, basically.
We have to stick to the main sort of
idea of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Zendaya is fucking Alice, like
Yeah.
in note. Anyway, fucking. It's hard to type. It's dark. Who's Carlisle in these?
Carlisle. Oh, who knows?
Man, honestly, after seeing fucking The Lighthouse, I'm thinking fucking
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. That'd be amazing. He needs to wear like high heels or something though.
Yeah, he's a bit too small.
Yeah, Carlisle needs to like tower over people and stuff.
Yeah, we get Adam Driver, but we just age him up a bit. That two towers over people. Yeah, you do need that height.
Carlisle. I think Hugh Jackman would work in that as well.
He actually would.
fair.
Yeah, he actually would. Yeah, Carlisle would work in that situation. Hugh Jackman would work at that as well. But the problem is like, if we're doing like a Gaspar Noé one, like Carlisle's gonna do some fucked up shit in a Gaspar Noé film.
Like Hugh Jackman wouldn't go for that.
No, he wouldn't. He'd do it for the Oscar one though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But we already have him as Charlie.
Yeah, and we need someone else. But like, who else? Wait. Bradley Cooper. Is that his name?
He's too big. Well, we get him to fucking slim down.
Too big.
No, as in like he's too fucking hench. But like we can get him to fucking slim down.
Yeah.
That dude can lose some weight. Slim down, need him skin and bone for this.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper would work for that. And
Oh, fucking Brad Pitt though as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Brad Pitt,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, I telling you, he'd be
That's
up for the
gasping away one.
That's
Yeah,
Gaspar
yeah.
Noé's one. Kevin Spacey. It's the only way he can get a fucking role now.
It's just a documentary, like.
Oh my god, the implications of that are like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Maybe that would work, but you know, would we
But that's
want to be like tied to a project with Kevin Spacey on it?
Would we want to?
Because we're the ones that are casting this.
Well, if we're sponsoring a gasping away project, we know what we're getting into.
Yeah, it's fair.
You know,
It's true.
we know what's involved in that,
Maybe
and that
Kevin-
involves hiring, known pedophiles like Kevin Spacey,
yeah,
Jeffrey Epstein as
Jeff-
Casper.
I was gonna say Harvey Weinstein as Edward.
You're like one of those prison plays. It's just like it's like an all pedo cast.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking, I don't know, Gaspar Noé with Carlisle. That's hard. I can't think of anyone. Oh, fucking.
Vince Cassell.
Oh shit, yeah, Vince Cassell. Yeah, sorry, yeah, already said that. I was about to say fucking Vince Vaughn.
Oh, that would work as well. Actually,
That would work as well.
I think that would work.
In fact, I think he would work better as in the Oscar one than Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The two Vinnies.
But like all the star power going on here. Hugh Jackman, Vince Vaughn, Robert Pattinson, and Florence Pugh in one movie. It's like, who's going to get the Oscar?
They all
There's
will.
so much. There's so much.
Like, well, Robert Pattinson's gonna get Best Actor. Florence Pugh is gonna get Best Actress. There's gonna be such a fucking like. It's gonna be tough, but I think Hugh Jackman might be able to pull out of the bag for Charlie. You know,
For 10 minutes of screen time.
screen time while he's in a wheelchair.
And he's a Holocaust survivor or
He's
something
a
like that.
Holocaust survivor, yeah. I mean, Bradley Cooper, Carlisle, it's gonna he'll get the Golden Globe, but he won't get the Oscar.
Yeah.
Then we go on to Renesmee.
Oh, that's a good one.
This one,
I don't know any child
that's
actors
where I kind of struggle with.
or child puppets.
Fucking, your one from
Oh, you're one.
from Stranger Things.
She's in. Yeah, definitely.
Bobby Brown. What's her name? Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe her.
yeah, because they're sort of aged up.
Yeah.
So, but that would mean Bella hasn't been impregnated by Edward at this stage. So Renesmee already exists, or is this later in the series?
Yeah, maybe you can get away with not having a Renesmee because child actors. I don't want to deal with a little shit kid.
Sticker has a
flash forward though. Oh, Esme, yeah.
Esme, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with the fucking in the Oscar one. I'm thinking Helen Bonham Carter
As Esme.
as Esme, with Hugh Jackman as her husband. Much like her real life husband, Tim Burton. Hugh Jackman, Tim Burton, they're not that different.
Wait, what? Esme? Isn't Esme a vampire?
Yeah, Esme. Yeah, Esme's the man vampire.
So how is Hugh Jackman her husband?
Because shit, sorry, Carlisle. Sorry, I read the wrong name.
Oh, so Vince Vaughn is her husband.
Yeah, is it Vince Vaughn or Bradley Cooper that we're going with that one?
I don't know. What do you think?
Or I was thinking just there, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, actually, no. Johnny Depp is perfect as a vampire. Yeah. Perfect.
And that way, there's no way he's not going to win the Oscar over Hugh Jackman.
And that way, Tim Burton will be like, if Denis Villeneuve falls through, Tim Burton will just be waiting there behind us,
How do you spell Depp? Is it Depp? Is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Johnny Depp. So that yeah.
And yeah, Helena Bonham Carter. That's
Yeah.
it. That's a good one. And then in the Gasping Away one.
That French one.
Oh,
that's
Tilda
in
Swinton.
every French film.
Tilda Swinton.
Oh, that's actually a shout. Or Is Tilda Swinton the one I'm thinking of? Who's still
The big tall one looks like a man,
Yes,
like
yes.
big eyes.
And she
Yeah,
played
yeah.
she played fucking um
She was in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, like Narnia.
yes. Who the fuck is who's that really famous singer? Bob
Oh, Bob Dylan. Yeah, yeah.
Bob Dylan, yeah, she played Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. No, that was Kate Blanchett.
Oh,
That'd be a
Kate
show as well.
Blanchett.
To be fair,
Kate
that's Kate
Blanchett should
Blanchett.
be good. Yeah, it should be a good show.
Yeah, but I think Tilda Swinton's better because she looks like a vampire.
I think Kate Blanchett for Esme instead of Helen Bonham Carter, because I think
She's more of an Oscar actress.
and she can bring a coldness to the character.
Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter would be like Expelliarmus and stuff.
So 2 T's of Blanchett. Fuck it, that's what she's getting. I think Casper.
Casper, wait, Casper is he's the hot vampire brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, he's with Zendaya. I was even thinking like fucking. I was just like, oh, would even fucking dude, fucking what the fuck is your man's name? And we literally just talking about him there. We're just like, no, fuck him. He's in everything.
What?
He's in fucking Lady Bird. He's in Dune. What the fuck is his name?
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet. I was like, oh, you could do that, but then I realized, oh no, wait, shit, he's in Dune anyway, and that's Villeneuve as well.
Yeah, no, he going there. He definitely going there.
Timothy
Chalamet definitely.
he
Because he sort of looks like a vampire as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we do him as Casper,
Yeah. Put him as Casper.
and then who's gonna be Casper in the Gaspar Noé one?
Who knows? So he has to be. He's with Zendaya still. We can't go with Chalamet again, but
No, we can't.
no.
Do you want to change Zendaya from the Gaspar Noé? Because think back on it, don't know if she would do the.
I think she would, but
Do you think she'd do the Gaspar Noé one?
I think she would. She'd try to like break out, like a Miley Cyrus kind of thing.
We can get Miley
like-
Cyrus in instead.
Oh shit, maybe. Or we could
Yeah,
do like Ariana Grande or something.
Yeah,
they're
something
like-
fucking mental.
Like they're on camera, like having sex or something. And they're like, "Oh, this is really edgy. Like this is like my new persona or whatever."
Yeah, I am
they-
fucking Mima.
Yeah, yeah. That's something that a pop star would do.
Yeah, maybe we could.
And then Justin Bieber as Casper.
Oh yeah. In which one though? In the Gaspar Noé one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a fucking like Gaspar Noé's gonna pull out like a fucking K-pop star and slap them in, and then we literally get a real life Perfect Blue.
Yeah, well, I don't know any K-pop stars, so
No, neither do I. I don't know any of them.
I think putting in K-pop star would be like slightly racist or something like
It's just
that.
any of them. Yeah, whatever.
One of them.
Especially because like Casper is with Alice, and the only fucking like non-white actor that we have is Zendaya.
Yeah.
So we're sticking Zendaya with an Asian guy, the only other non-white
Yeah.
character.
Just stick them together. They'll be all right, you know.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same.
Yeah. Maybe I'm trying to think of, like who
Harry
had-
Styles. Yeah, it is. It's Harry Styles.
Man, Harry Styles as
It's Harry Styles as Casper. Or as he could even be Edward.
yeah, that's what I was thinking there. He could be Edward.
But it's too late now.
But that's 100% like Harry Styles wants to prove how fucking arty he is, so he gets into a fucking Gaspar Noé film.
About Twilight.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So we
That-
wanna run down this again.
Okay, yeah. So it's the director of our Oscar-winning Twilight adaptation is Denis Villeneuve. His Edward is Robert Pattinson. His Bella is Florence Pugh. His Jacob is Untitled. It's an
up and comer.
up-and-comer. His Charlie is Hugh Jackman. His Alice is Zendaya. His Carlisle is Johnny Depp. His Esme is Kate Blanchett. His Casper is Timothy Chalamet.
Would you watch this film?
I'd watch this all day long.
I don't think I would
love
watch
this.
this. I would watch that. I'm like, fuck that Oscar baity shit.
Oh yeah, like this is like Oscar bait to bits. This is guaranteed 10 Oscars. already. Like,
Yeah, we're
you know?
breaking records here.
Yeah, absolutely breaking records. And I'd be like, this is so interesting.
Look, it's shot beautifully. It's black and white.
It's all one shot. It's a one shot Twilight. It's in black and white. It's all symmetrical. Gaspar or Denis Villeneuve is directing. Timothy Chalamet somewhere in there.
So
It's like,
yeah,
it's like, sign me up.
and then our what was it? The Palm.
Our Palme d'Or winner.
Directed by Gaspar Noé, is also has Orpa as Edward. Has Sophia how do you pronounce the name?
I don't
Bolliard? Bolliard? I don't remember his name. Again, Jacob will be an up-and-comer, unknown actor. He's going to break into the spotlight with this breaking out role. John C. Reilly will be Charlie. Zendaya again will be Alice. Carlisle will be played by Vince Castell. Our Esme is going to be Tilda Swinton, and our Casper is going to be Harry Styles. I'd definitely watch that.
I'd definitely watch that.
That'd be fucking mental.
That'd be the most interesting movie ever made.
Unheard of.
What's the plot going to be like? You know?
I don't know. A mess.
Yeah.
Our last question comes in from Liam. I want to give a special shout out to My Morning Coffee podcast, Liam's podcast with Ross. Our the cousin podcast maybe of this podcast, I guess. I mean, we went to college with them.
Of course, yeah, it's all the same network.
But he asks a fuck, marry, kill question. I fucking love these questions. Anyone wants to give us more of these, I'm all down for them. We'll just become a fuck, marry, kill podcast maybe. But he asks Tim Curry in It, Tim Curry in Home Alone 2, and Tim Curry in the Rocky Horror Picture. So Pennywise, Mr. Hector, or Dr. Frank N. Furter. Who you fucking, who you marrying, who you killing?
Well, I have to go with fuck. First of all, is Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yep. Yep.
He is hot in that one.
Yeah, he is, man.
Oh my God.
I watched it the other night. He's fucking hot in it, man. He's somebody on him.
Yeah, Jesus, it's a revelation in that movie. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. That film was the most pageantry in it, and I don't feel like I have to give a reason behind any of these, but like I'm still gonna do anyway.
Just do it.
Mary is gonna be. I don't remember Tim Curry in Home Alone 2, but I'm gonna go with that one for Mary because I want to kill Tim Curry in Pennywise or in It. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be kill in It, Mary in Home Alone 2, and then fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show.
See,
that's my selection. What do you think?
I'm thinking, like, I'm fucking Dr. Franken for, like, I'm Tim Curry, Rocky Horror Picture, fucking that. All right. I think I would marry Pennywise though, because Pennywise can shapeshift into anything.
Oh.
Or maybe I'd want to just fuck Pennywise then and marry Frankenfurter.
But Pennywise would eat you.
Yeah, but he'd also be like a 3-story giant woman when he does it. So that's
a 3-story woman. Is that your thing?
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, we're learning a lot here tonight.
Man, you can't see it through the camera because the room's already red. I'm going bright red here. But you know what I mean? He could be anything.
Yeah, the crush fetish. You know, it could be giant foot. You know, it could work out in any favor. Yeah.
Whatever you're into. 3-foot story man, if you want to.
A giant foot.
Oh God.
Who's also a man.
A 3-story foot. Yeah, but then he would eat me, so maybe I would just kill him. But if I'm married to him, if I'm married to Pennywise is gonna be, he's not gonna kill me. He's gonna love me. So You know, I'm sure it gets very lonely down in those sewers.
Yeah.
And I'll be there to comfort him.
Be Pennywise's wife.
Yeah. Or he's my wife. Either or,
Yeah.
you know, it's a very fluid relationship. The two can turn into anything, so it's a very fluid relationship.
God
So
bless.
maybe marry Pennywise. I think I'd kill Mr. Hector. He's, you know, he doesn't do anything in it. And Home Alone too, you know, he's just a dude, but you know, he ain't doing anything for me, so so yeah, I'm gonna I solidify that. So fucking Frankenfurter, marrying Pennywise and killing Mr. Hector.
Nice.
Sorry, Mr. Hector. But yeah, do you want to leave it there now? We finito.
Yeah. Let's leave the pod there. You know.
Yeah.
Let
Hopefully
it be.
hopefully this sounds okay.
Hopefully
if
it works.
Didn't, hopefully it works. Hopefully we don't have to do this again.
Hopefully this is released. Yeah.
Episode 10 just doesn't release.
But, it's just silence.
It's just silence the entire time.
For 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Is that how long we've been going on for?
Mine's on 2 hours 32.
If you've listened to all this, thank you very much. A reminder for next week that the film is The Nice Guys. No, not The Nice Guys, The Other Guys. I did that last week as well. The Other Guys. It's on Netflix. It's a good time. We'll be talking about that. Thank you for listening. Send us in questions, feedback, whatever. Mark, any final words?
Any final words? Not at all. God
Not at
bless.
all.
Stay
God
safe.
bless.
Stay out of trouble.
Wear masks.
Wear masks. Good night.
Thank you
God
very
bless.
much. Bye-bye.